Hi everyone. This is a special video which I'm making, which initially seems to be a bit unrelated to the whole point of this YouTube channel. But it's so important, guys, I could not ignore it. And I will actually show you why this topic, which is the top 3 reasons you should get started with artificial intelligence, why it's actually related to cloud security. Now, the whole point of this video is to get you guys motivated to learn AI and machine learning, as I personally think it's going to be the most impactful technology of the coming decade for the next 10 years or so. It has already impacted every part of our lives. You're using Amazon Alexa, Apple Siri, Google Assistant, right? Do you even think twice when you're using Netflix and Netflix is recommending movies to you based on what movies you've watched before? It's become part of the world we live in, and it's not going to go away anytime soon. It used to be like part of science fiction, right? But it's now become part of our life, and it's going to play a very important part. So it's up to you to decide what role you're going to play in this. I'm not trying to be overly dramatic or hype up AI, but it's very much true. I'm going to show you 3 very simple reasons why you should get motivated about AI. So let's get started. Well, first of all, first reason, AI is changing the world. Okay, AI is what you call a disruptive technology, which means it's going to, simplest meaning is it's going to shake up things in a very, very big way. There's a reason, why the big tech giants like Google, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, they're spending billions to create AI services. Universities are investing billions to make AI like a part of the curriculum. MIT alone I think it's spending over 1 billion on a new college, and it's devoted solely to AI. Same like with all the governments. There is literally no industry right now that AI has not touched. And why is that? Well, 2 things. And why is AI is becoming so popular all of a sudden? So this goes back to my original question, why AI is related to the cloud. Well, 2 things have happened in the last couple of years. The amount of data has increased, and the increase in processing power. Now, cloud has given you access to a huge amount of processing power, which simply was not there. And that's why AI is suddenly becoming so very commonplace in everywhere. So that's why, and just to give you a few examples, guys, how it's like changing the world, as I said. Let's take a look. Yeah. Let's take a look at all this. So, driverless technologies, transportation, sorry. Now, although it could take, I think it's more about a decade away, but perfectly autonomous cars is going to replace like manual driving. It's going to take you from place to place, right? It's already happening. It's already in place. It's just being refined right now. Manufacturing, AI-powered robots are working alongside humans right now to perform tasks like assembly, stacking, and to keep equipment running around smoothly. Healthcare, healthcare in the new field, diseases are being more quickly and accurately diagnosed. Drug recovery is being sped up. Virtual nursing is happening. Assistant monitor patients, and all this big data is being used to create more personalized patient experiences. All of these things are happening, guys, because of AI, and it is going to very much change. People get worried when they hear about this. Are jobs going to be lost? Well, honestly, the answer is yes. AI is going to replace a lot of the mundane tasks which humans do, but it is going to create also jobs. It's up to you if you want to be part of this revolution or not, because it is going to change how people do stuff. Reason number 2. So if that was not enough, what is there? Well, I hope this motivates you. AI career is almost pretty much career proof. It is going to, like I said, it's going to impact businesses, employees at all levels. It does not matter if you're a Fortune 500 or a startup, if you're an intern or like a C-level executive. You need to know AI. It's no longer a competitive advantage, but it's a requirement for success. The AI market alone itself, it's expected to expand to around 60 billion into 2025. And the demand for AI specialists, if you look at LinkedIn, it's grown to over 75%. Year by year, it's increasing. And okay, a lot of people now say, okay, this is like a specialized field. You need to know mathematics, Python. It is not a specialized field, guys. AI can be learned by anyone. You don't need a PhD in mathematics or be a master's statistician. The best way to start is start simple. Take a course which guides you through the basics of the concepts of AI machine learning and gives you practical lessons without drowning you in technical jargon. And you might think, okay, this is all good, but I'm a cybersecurity guy. Why am I being told this? I'm not interested. I'm not a big data guy. So why are you telling me about AI in a channel which is dedicated to cybersecurity and cloud security? Well, that's a very good question, actually, which brings to my last reason. And what's that last reason, guys? AI governance and security is going to be one of the most in-demand fields soon. This is, like I'm telling you without a doubt, it's a direct impact of the consequence that AI is having on society. Governments are waking up to the negative impact of a compromised AI system. If you're using AI to make decisions, make predictions, and that's impacting people, what happens if that system gets compromised? What if the data is corrupted? What if somebody starts messing around with the parameters? What if how that AI machine was trained was incorrect? All of these things they are being asked, and they are already like high, what do you call, high regulations for high risk AI is going to be controlled. Okay, so they've already making model, and just think about it. Think about how much data AI systems are collecting about humans. Which they're using to profile humans and their behavior. And some of these uses, are like for spam filters or online shopping, and it doesn't seem that much. But others are like literally they're making decisions about your medical health, about how much jail time people should be given, what are the possibility of a person committing a crime, like in the future and all that. All these things are being happen. So that's why you need to understand how to secure AI, how to govern AI. And businesses are also waking up to this, the risk exposure which AI systems can have. So that's why you're going to be seeing field job openings like AI security, AI compliance officer, AI governance. And this is because it's directly impacting how businesses are going to be using AI. There's usually what happens is once AI systems leave the laboratory, and they get implemented, there's very little visibility about what's happening inside them. Questions are often go answered. How are these models being deployed? Are these models making the right decision? Are these models secure? What if somebody compromises the model? So that's why AI and governance and security is going to be one of the most in-demand fields very soon. Mark my words on that. So I hope that has motivated you. I have one last thing to say. Okay, sorry, guys. One last, sorry for this shameless promo at the end, but I could not help it. I do wanted to plug in one AI course which I've already made on Udemy, which you might be interested in, and I'll put the link in the description also. You can take a look at it. Yeah, it's this one which I made like this year itself. Am I saying this is the greatest AI course in the world? Absolutely not. But you'll probably find better ones. But I did made it specifically for people like me who don't want to get scared by how complex AI looks and want to get up and running with AI as soon as possible without worrying about having a PhD in algebra or mathematics. So do take a look and let me know without any compulsion on your part. So I hope, guys, I gave you a little bit of understanding why AI is so important and why you should definitely get excited about investing your time in this field. It's a very interesting field, and you need to know it if you want to stay in this profession of cybersecurity and cloud security. Okay, guys, thank you, and I'll see you in your next video.